How you doing today? My name's Gavin Myler, and I'm over here at FitGolf Performance Centers. We're going to be talking about why those hips might be causing you to lose that extra 15 yards that you want in your golf game. Okay. The most common limitation we see here at FitGolf with our golfers is a lack of hip rotation. When you can't rotate through the hips, compensation starts to arise all over the body. Okay. There's two big things that become because of our lack of hip rotation: loss of distance and low back irritation or pain. When we're trying to generate power in our golf swing, we get it from the ground up. So we go from the feet to the knees to the hips. And if the hips aren't working effectively, the power is not going to get into your club head. So I'm going to have my friend and coworker, Connor O'Drain, come on out, and we're going to demonstrate some movements that would be not so good in your golf game that probably arise due to that lack of hip rotation. So first, we're going to have an excessive sway where those hips are just moving in and out of your stance, left and right, way too much, causing inconsistencies in your impact towards the ball. Also going to show you a lot of times golfers, when they don't rotate from the hip, they use their arms way too much. So a swing might look like this, where he's not able to get his hips through the shot and ends up just flicking the wrist through, scooping, casting through his swing. Next, we're going to go through early extension. This is when we extend the hips instead of allowing them to rotate, where the hips come meet the hands way too early, causing those inconsistencies in your ball striking. Going to lead to lack of distance and low back irritation, or even get to the stage of pain through repetitiveness. So what a good golf swing should look like here is pelvis going to stay in place. We're going to load really well into the golf shot and fall all the way through. When those hips rotate, it helps the chest rotate. So he's able to get that chest to face the target and have a really good power transfer into the ball. Okay. We're going to go over some exercises to make sure those hips stay rotating effectively and getting you that extra 15 yards in your golf game. First one we're going to go into is a hip flexor stretch in a half kneeling position. So Connor's going to get down into this half kneeling position. He's going to engage his core, making sure that pelvis is locked in position. We're going to slightly lean forward, and then we're going to take our arm of the same side of the leg that's down and reach across the body, really opening up the front side of that hip. It'll look a little different in this front view. He's going to lean into it and reach across the body. You can do this exercise 2 to 3 sets, holding for 20 to 30 seconds, or in repetitions of reaching across your body. Next, we're going to go into a 90-90 hip switch. We're going to get Connor seated onto the ground. Legs are both in a 90-degree position at the knee. We're going to keep his upper body nice and tall so he gets a lot of movement into the hips. We're going to switch the position, getting the hips to rotate. Heels stay down, so all that momentum is targeted into the hip. And you can do this exercise 2 to 3 sets for 8 to 10 repetitions. To make it a little harder, you can just take the hands off the ground. Good. Third and final exercise we're going to go over today is called a good morning. It's a hip hinge exercise where we're trying to open up the back side of that hip, stretching the glutes, stretching the hamstrings so that hip can rotate really well. Now you're going to need a stick, an alignment stick, a golf club, or even a broomstick you might keep in the kitchen. So we're going to get it along the back in 3 specific positions. We have the head, the shoulder blades, and the tailbone. Once you have that stick, whatever stick you're using, along those 3 areas, you can start the exercise. We're going to get a soft little bend in the knee, and we're going to push the hips back, really stretching out the backside of his glutes, hamstrings, really allowing those hips to move frequently and effectively. Okay. Now, if you've answered yes to the 2 questions, I've lost distance in the past year or 2, or I don't like how my back's feeling after or even during rounds, check out these exercises or even come over to FitGolf and we'll put you through a complimentary free 30-minute assessment to see if there are further steps needed to increase that hip rotation. Thank you very much. Have a great day.